lunch. Just 1 second, confirm.
Sir, their 2 minutes are up.
Can we have them over? If you could switch on your videos and
Participants MH02C Sheikh Mohammed Zaid and Ilhan Irfan ELR02E. Please switch on your videos.
meanwhile for team 11, which is ELR02C versus BB02C. Your topic is religion should be taught in schools. Religion should be taught in schools. Okay, so now we can begin with team number 2. I see just one video.
Sorry, sir, to interrupt. TO02C.
Aditya Prabhu, you're not audible.
Okay, we were not able to hear him. Let's begin this round. Okay, Aditya is
Can you
speaking.
repeat the register number?
For team 11, the register number is ELR02C BB02C. Okay, so now we will begin with team number 2. Zayed, you will speak for. Ilhan, you will speak against. So Zayed, you may begin.
Your time starts now.
Good morning, everyone. I tell all the people should be vegetarians because it's not good you're killing an animal. Even they have a life, and you should respect all the nature in like all the like thing in the life, and being a vegetarian is also good, and you have to like you should always eat all healthy things, and being a vegetarian is more more suggestible, and then what do you tell, and yeah, that's all.
Participant, are you done?
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Ilhan and I'm against the statement all people should be vegetarian. Eating meat has been an essential part of human evaluation for 2.3 million years. And if you're talking about animals being treated cruelly and they have a right to live, researchers also show that plants also respond electrochemically to threats and may feel fear. So we all know that plants also exist and have life. They do live. Vegetarians mistakenly elevate the value of animal life over plant life. Eating meat is not cruel or unethical. It is a nature part of the cycle of life. I think everybody must have a right to eat whatever they want, and they must choose to eat what. If you want to eat meat, I think it is completely fine. So I would like to conclude by saying all people must and they can be vegetarian, and it is common they can do whatever and they eat whatever they want. Thank you.
Participant, your time is up.
Okay, so now Ilhan, you can put one for statement, and Zayed, you'll have to debate against it.
Your time starts now.
So I'm going to speak, all people should be vegetarians, and I'm for the statement. Now, eating animals, but the way you treat them, the process, the process the animals undergo. So suppose you take an example of chicken. We all eat chicken. Now in the poultry farm, chickens are undergoing so much pain. They are being, taken, when they are just hatched, they are being taken into a very bad space, and most of them are halfway killed in that space, and they are not even fully grown. So I think the process of treating animals is brutally incorrect, and people must change that and leave chickens. People even started eating dogs and cats, which is very cruel and unethical. And if you have mistaken that vegetarian diets are more naturally low in saturated fat, which is also good in health and also contains less cholesterol. So I would like to conclude by saying all people should be vegetarian or vegan, because it is good for your lifestyle and your health and for the environment. Thank you.
I tell all the people have right to live. They can eat whatever they want, and since they are on the earth, they can eat anything what they want. And you can't stop anyone from eating what they want, what they like, or what they can. They can eat. They can eat dog. They can eat anything what they like and which is suitable for their health. You can't stop anyone from eating because they have right to live. They can eat whatever they want. They can live in their style and do whatever they want. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We have our next group, ELR02C Aishat and BB02C Vyas.
And the topic for the 12th team GG02E and TO02C is people should be fined according to their income. People should be fined according to their income. Here we can have Ashiyat go for, Vyas go against.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am speaking for the topic, should religious education be allowed in schools? First of all, religious education emphasizes respect for others, regardless of their beliefs, race, or social status. In our diverse society, children need an understanding of other principal religions and other worldviews. If students are to function as globally competent citizens, they need to understand religion's profound impact on history, politics, society, and culture. They should know basic religious facts and principles and recognize the diversity that exists within each belief system across time and place is very crucial. And with this, I conclude my argument.
Thank you, participant. Vyas, your time starts now.
So I am going to debate. Good morning to one and all present here. I'm going to debate on the topic religion should not be taught in schools because it leads to history of superstition. As we have seen, there are many wars which have happened only because of religion. And if religion is taught in schools at a very young age, we know that people will start going against any other religion because it is not a part of them. And if we come to see that atheists and free thinkers are people who do not believe in God, and if you start teaching religion in schools, it would they would not be willing to understand. It would lead to very much chaos and unwanted situations which schools would not like. And basically what all religions preach is that thou shall not believe in fake gods, which means no one should believe in fake gods. And every religion has their own god, and every religion might think, I'm not sure of who all think, but I think that most of the religions think that other religions have fake gods. So
Thank you.
it
Time is up.
Can I conclude?
Yes.
So I conclude by saying that religion should not be taught in schools, that it leads to various chaotic situations. Thank you.
Okay. Now Vyas, you can put one statement for, and Aishat, you'll have to speak against it.
Participants, your time starts now.
As a religion as a subject, religion is a way of living, but not everyone gets to learn it. But if we try to teach, if we try to put religion as a subject, it will help them cope up with all their general knowledge. It also helps in history, and it is like a hope in distressful times, that where nowadays religion helps a lot, as when we go outside, we don't know who is what religion, and it helps you to stay together and in brotherhood. Thank you.
Um, I would like to say that you have made a very valid argument, but let me point out that every school has different religious backgrounds, right? And government is supposed to be religiously neutral. So you can't profess one religion because it will lead to some sort of discrimination or another. There's a distinction between religious education and religious instruction. And this kind of education can be misused, and it can lead to a lot of bad situations, and it can lead to fights. And a school is supposed to be a place where everything is supposed to be neutral. You're not supposed to be discriminated against. You're just supposed to be educated there. And if religious education is being given in schools, there's going to be a lot of discrimination. And also, we don't need a we don't want to live in a theocracy, right? We live in a democracy. So I believe that religious education should not be available in schools.
So
Thank you,
can I follow up?
participants. Your time is
Can
up.
I follow up? Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Can
Our
we have the
next
team?
group, yes, is group 12, Samanvita GG02E and Aditya TO02C.
Okay, and the following group is SD02A and ELR02D. Your topic is everyone should be allowed to keep weapons. Everyone should be allowed to keep weapons.
So can we know who is for and against for group 12?
I'm not able to see them. Can
Samanvita is absent. So we have group 12 GG02E participant Samanvita absent.
okay. Let's skip to the next group then, since are the rest present from SD02A, ELR02D? This team is present, right?
One
Can we
second,
just
sir.
check whether
Yes,
the next
one
two
second.
teams?
So SD02A Isha is present and Tanusha ELR02D is present. We have
Okay.
14 participants present.
Okay. What about the last team, YS02E and MH02D?
Yes, sir, both of them are present.
Okay, they
We
are
have group
present, right?
14 and 15 members present.
Okay, so in this case, we will do team 12 last. The person who uh, is present, we'll get a chance to debate with someone at random, and then we will choose.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can call on the next team in about 30 seconds, which is SD02A.
Yes, sir. I'm keeping a time track. Yes, sir. Group 12 is good to go. Sorry, group 14 is good to go.
Yes, group 14, can we have them on?
Isha and Tanusha, please switch on your videos.
Tanusha, you will be for, and Isha, you will be against.
Tanusha, your time starts now.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Good morning to all the respective judges. Today I'm speaking for the topic that all the people should be allowed to keep weapons. Yes, I personally think that weapons should be allowed because in this cruel world, there can be unexpected situations where you need to defend. There's a need for self-defense. So I guess weapons can be of good help at that point of time. And if necessarily if there aren't weapons, the criminals also can use any other sort of method to attack you. So if you have a weapon with you, then you can protect yourself uh, in a good manner. Thank you.
Good morning to all. And I believe that we shouldn't be allowed to keep weapons with ourselves. Well, when we talk about there's somebody who can harm you, well, that definition is very vague. You can be a harm to somebody, and somebody can be a harm to you. So if we allow keeping weapons to everybody, we'll go on killing each other just because we think we need to protect ourselves. And also, there was a reason why we didn't allow, means our constitution didn't allow us to have get weapons so easily, because we care that people might not find reasons, good enough reasons, and they'll go on killing each other. USA had very lenient laws regarding keeping weapons, so which resulted in mass shootings in schools. Teenagers were keeping weapons just because they said that they were keeping it as it so to protect themselves. So don't you think that's a very weird reason? Because you have to keep protect yourself, so you can kill people around saying that I didn't feel safe. So that's why I think keeping weapons shouldn't be legalized, and it's not a good thing to do. Thank you.
Thank you, participants.
Yeah, Isha, now you can give one statement for, and Tanusha speak against it.
Participants, your time starts now.
So I think keeping weapons with you is really very important. Say that you're on road walking and somebody just points a gun at you. So if you have a weapon with yourself, you'll feel safe and you can just tell him that I am also equipped and I'm armed. So the chances are that the criminal will back out, and it is much safer than calling your cops, which might take maybe seconds, but that is a big time about your life and death. Thank you.
Tanusha,
Tanusha, you may speak. Sir, she has left the meeting.
we'll wait for 30 seconds. If she doesn't join back, then we will move on.
Yes, sir. Thirty seconds are up, sir.
Okay, we can proceed to the next team. Let's have YS02E and MH02D. Meanwhile, there was one person that was absent, right? Was it GG02E from team 12? can we just check, was GG02E absent from team 12?
Yes, sir. GG02E Samanvita is absent.
Okay. Do we have ELR02B? ELR02B.
Sir, I am ELR02B and I was done yesterday.
Yes. So I'm just picking somebody at random. So could you do it against TO02C?
Yes, sir. What is the topic?
Yeah. So the OCs, please note, it will be ALR02B going against TO02C.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I will give another topic. Morals are better than money. Morals are better than money. Okay, I'll repeat the team again. It's ELR02B versus TO02C. We can move on to the 15th team, YS02E and MH02D.
Sarthak and Fariza.
Okay, so Fariza, you can go for, Sarthak against.
Fariza, your time starts now.
Good morning. I will be speaking for the notion, should parents decide which career their children pursue? Parents have a lot of knowledge and experience in such a scenario. They have practical knowledge of many fields and know their own children as they have raised them and brought them up to where they are now. Many HRs, hiring managers are from our parents' generation, and many other jobs they have a lot of knowledge of. Their children are their children, and they know a lot about them, what they're good at, what their interests are, and what they're passionate about. So I feel that parents should and can decide which career their children pursue, as they have knowledge of career growth and what can be done when things don't go out as we have planned. Because they have knowledge, they have experience, and they know what goes on.
Participant, are you done?
Yes.
Thank you, participant. Sarthak, your time starts now.
You are muted.
Sarthak, you are muted. We cannot hear you.
Good morning. The motion for this debate is, should parents decide which career their children will pursue? And I'm going to speak against this point. Every child has the right to choose. Every child has the right to choose their own career, and they have their own right to live their dreams. They know themselves better. A child can know its interest or abilities better than anyone else. He knows his subjects and areas of interest, and thus can decide his career path easily. If children chooses a career according to the wishes of his parents, they'll have to go through a boring academic life, as they would face lack of interest. College life is the best phase of a student's life. To enjoy this phase and make it more interesting, a child should choose his or her own career path. If you follow a career chosen by your parents, which is not of your interest, which happens in most of the cases, you will have to face a lot of challenges and pressure. Also, there will be an extra added pressure from your parents, like they have chosen the career for you, so they are expecting something for you to do out of it. So to avoid such situations, a child should be able to choose his or her own career without much influence from its parents.
Participant, are you done?
Yeah, Fariza, you have anything to say? Yeah. So Fariza, you can make a point against, and then Sarthak will go against it.
Okay. I will be speaking against the notion, should parents decide which career their children pursue? Parents come from different generation, and the job market in their time was very different from what it is now. They have preconceived notions of what job is right and what job isn't right. And so they may influence their children to do something that they wouldn't like and something that they feel is the right path for them. So parents should not decide which career path their children take.
Sarthak?
Yeah, I want to call your attention to an important point. Would you want the parents to guide their children to choose their career, or would you want the parents to choose the career for their children? So these are two different points to be considered. Parents are the ones who suffers a lot in difficulties in bringing up their kids so that they can live a healthy and a happier life. It's the desire of every parent to see their children well settled in their life. And also they have a right to choose what career is better for their kids. Thinking of making a suitable career on a serious note, mostly during these examination times, children should leave the choice of career to their parents and must focus on the going on exams. If they think of the future right now, then I think they won't be able to grab as much as focus they need in attending these exams. They should not be under any pressure in any ways. Children may sometimes end up taking wrong decisions about their career. Even if parents do not make their career choice, they can at least guide their children to make a good decision. Parents are the burning candles in the life of a student. Parents provide an immense support to their kids by guiding and choosing them a right career path.
Farisa, you can respond.
No parents would like to spoil their child's future by taking a wrong decision.
Farisa will be responding.
Things like career come from the heart and soul of a person. I feel that a person should be able to decide their own career because they know what is good for them and what they will be happy doing in their life. Careers are something that you learn as you grow up. It is not something that comes when you finish your 12th grade or finish your 10th grade. It is something that you grow up with, you think about a lot, and you can even discuss with your parents. But the final decision lies with you, the person who will be taking that career path. New careers like
Career doesn't come with life. Career is the life. You're choosing life along with your career. Career takes your life on. It gives you money and all facilities required to carry your family in the coming years. So
Thank you, participants. Your time is up.
Okay, thank you. Can we call ELR02D and SD02A again, because their debate was not
Yes,
done.
sir. Yes, sir. We have Isha and Tanusha again. SD02A, ELR02D.
Yes, so here, Tanusha, you can make a statement for, and Isha, you can debate against it. You have 1 minute.
Your time starts now.
Good morning again. So the point where weapons should be legalized or weapons should be allowed to be kept is like for the self-defense of the people. This is the generations have changed and the people have become more cruel. So during the time of self-defense, weapons can be of great help, and when there is an immediate need, nobody is going to be there around you. So if you have a weapon, you can use it. It is not necessarily it cannot necessarily cause harm to everyone, as weapons can be kept and used carefully according to one's need. Thank you.
Isha,
When
you can
you
respond.
say that you have to defend yourself, so it can be defending from anybody. So you would say that somebody maybe be harming me, so I need to defend yourself. So you can go on killing each other just for the sake of defending yourself. So that won't do any good, right? We are somebody who should be like tolerating people each other and not defending each other and killing them out. So I don't think so. Like weapons should be legalized. There's some reason why they aren't in India, and because that just the legalizing weapons would just lead to utter chaos. So I rest my case.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, participants.
We can call on the final team, which is team 12, ELR02B and TO02C.
Sir, can we begin with group 12?
Yes, I see just one video on.
Hisana and Aditya, please switch on your videos.
Yes. So Hisana will go for, Aditya will go against. So you can start.
Hisana, your time starts now.
So, good morning, everybody. I am here to support the notion that moral values are important than money. I truly agree that because who needs $1 million of money to live? We just need the right amount of money to live. Because just take the example of our own Mahatma Gandhi. He was just an ordinary man. He was just like you and me. But what did he do? He wanted a change. And what did he do? He himself made the change that he want to see. That is what we can do with moral values, the principles of good and bad. But money can't buy you anything. Money is just luxuriness. See, having a lot of money doesn't mean that you have everything in the world. Without moral values, you are just a flat zero. So without having money without moral values is just like having tea without sugar. It just tastes bland. And that's what I am trying to say, that moral values are very much way more important than money, because people always remember the good things that you have done for them, the good things that you have said to them. So I
Thank you,
totally
participant.
agree that moral values are important.
Your time is up. Aditya, your time starts now. Aditya, am I audible? Can you hear me? So I'm guessing his video is stuck. Let's wait for him.
Aditya, it's your turn.
Shows his videos on.
Aditya, can you hear? Okay, it is your turn to speak against the topic.
Yeah, a very warm good morning to one and all present here. A very good topic to debate on this modern time. As the second speaker, I go against it. I go on with the very good example, a realistic example. General Northy, chief staff and head of US, was saw carrying a suitcase on the airport a very couple of months ago. He was he was traveling through his own private jet, and men were carrying his own suitcase. It shows that this money is more important and position is more important than morals.
Yes, sir. We have.
Okay, Aditya, you make a statement which is for the topic, and Hisana, you can go against it.
Participant, your time starts now.
Our actions are guided by moral value in this growing society. A person gets respect due to their kind and moral behavior. That's all.
So, as my friend has made a valid argument, I have just to ask that, how can you say that one thing is absolutely right and one thing is absolutely wrong? In this present world, without money, there is no value for a person, because money is everything in this world. In the present day situation, in the present day scenario, everyone is judged by money. Everyone, even a person who does not have money, even if he is a good man, he is not valued in the society because he is not having money. That is the only reason that he is not being valued in the society. So is this what you're talking about?
No.
Moral values being important than money? Because money is very much important, even if it is a little amount, because without money it is nothing in this
our
society.
own industrialist Ratan Tata is getting respect due to his kind and nature and values that he gets. not because
Yes,
of
I
his
agree.
money.
I agree. But what did he do? He made money. He's a very big businessman and an industrialist, and he earns money. And after earning money, what does he do? He applies moral values. But first, the money is important, and then moral values. Because
More than
Thank you,
having
participants.
money
The
is
time
not
is up.
nowadays, more than
Yeah,
industry,
Participants,
thank
time
you.
is
The
up.
time is up. Okay, so we have completed the first round. I will share the winner list with Shamil on private chat, and then we shall begin the next round in another 2 minutes. I'm just typing it out.
Yes, sir.
I've sent it across. You can enter it on that pair alignment website, and then we can have the next set of teams. So one of you could just announce and read it so that the participants know who have won.
Yes, sir. Just give me a minute. So these are the PUC results, I'm guessing.
Yes. The high school had been shared yesterday with Aaron.
Yes. The PU level winners are LO02A, Simi, ELR02E, Ilhan Irfan, BB02B, Vignesh, MH02B, Bihia, MF02A, Arya, YU02A, Teshu, YS02A. I'm sorry for the delay. Sahaj, TO02B, Neha, ELR02C, Aishat, I'm sorry, ELR02C Aishat, BB02E Tushar, TO02A Vrinda, SD02A Isha, and ELR02B Hisana, and YS02E Sarthak. We have these as our winners. The winners for the prelims.
Congratulations to the winners. So now we will have the following round. I think there are 14 in total. So we will have 7 rounds, out of which the top 6 will be chosen and they will move on to the final, which will be starting very soon.
So we shall now have the groups. Shall we
Yes.
share screen and show the
Yes.
names? Okay.
Yes. There seems to be an error. Can we rerun it again?
Yes, sir. I will rerun it.
Okay, so let's consider the same thing. What is assigned to number 8, I'll consider it as number 7 on the first group. I'm good. I've noted down the team.
Yes, sir. Can I stop screen sharing?
Yes. Yes.
Excuse
Okay,
me,
so
sir.
the first team, yeah, the
Sir,
first
sorry to
team that we will,
interrupt,
yes,
but whoever has been not selected, so they can leave the meeting.
yes, they could. Okay, so the first team is SD02A and YU02A. Your topic will be, has work-life balance changed with the advent of technology? Has work-life balance changed with the advent of technology? You will get 2 minutes to prepare.
Sir, can you repeat the code, sir?
Has work-life balance changed with the advent of technology?
The register code, sir.
Yeah, SD02A and YU02A.
Thank you, sir.
So now we will be having the second prelims for the PUC, and then we will be having the prelims for the high school. Second prelims.
Yes. No, for the high school, I have given just 6 names.
So they will go
we can
directly to the finals? Okay,
final.
no problem,
Yes.
sir.
Top 6, right? Okay. So we can have the team SD02A and YU02A. So your
1 second, I just had a question. Yesterday you had mentioned that the rules will be different for this round. So can you please explain that?
it is for the final round. This is for the
okay.
final round. The preliminary remains the same. Okay, so it will be 1 minute of for, 1 minute against, and we'll have 1 minute of rebuttal. Okay, so Tishu, you can go for, Isha against.
So one thing to note, LO02A Simi from group 3 is absent.
Okay. Okay, you can proceed. So you can begin.
I'm sorry, sir. Can I know who is for and against again?
Yeah, Teshu is for and Isha is against. Teshu, you can begin.
Teshu, your time starts now.
Good morning, everyone. So, firstly, let's start with what is work-life balance. Work-life balance is a concept that describes prototype of splitting one's time and energy between work and other important aspects of life. Work-life balance has changed because of technology. This is because people are bringing their work home. What you work on in the office is a laptop. You're bringing that home. So what you're doing is, instead of spending time with your family, you're working more. What you're supposed to do in the office, you're also bringing it home. So the work life balance is changing by a very drastic amount, and you're not able to spend life on other and you're not able to spend time on other important aspects of your life, like family or your own pleasures and passions. So yes, it has changed because of technology. Thank you.
So, good morning, everybody. So, with the technology, we think it has had made work-life balance even more nicer. So, you have apps which can take care of things that you did manually. You can just ask your computer to just get data and just make it something a pattern, and it would do that for you. Also, with technology, now you can stay at your home with your with your loved ones, and you can conduct meetings with people in your office. So when people are talking about paternity leave, so this with technology, this thing can happen. Even fathers can spend time with their young ones. And also, there's so many great apps to de-stress you, and there are apps for your meditation, so you can also be calm and relaxed, all thanks to the technology. So I conclude that technology has really changed your work-life balance for the good. Thank you.
Okay, so Isha, now you can speak one statement for the topic, and Teshu will speak against it.
Participants, your time starts now.
I believe that technology has totally ruined the time you spend with your loved one. And we can see that even people are starting practicing detoxing. We just get away from our social media for a day so that we can get away from all those chaos and spend some time with our loved one. And that is actually way helpful in de-stressing you than anything, all the apps that are there in the world.
Yeah, but you're not seeing that how technology has actually improving productivity. Research has shown, there is a research about work-life balance by Forbes, and it says that technology is actually improving productivity. There are more organizations and community where you can reach out to entire world, and there are better collaboration opportunities, creating flexibility with schedule. Now, look at the pandemic. You can actually lay out your schedule by actually removing equal time. So that couldn't be done before. That could be only done now using video calls. Now you can actually sit at home, do all your work instead of going. Now, transport takes a lot of time, right? You go to the office, you come back. That takes time, and that comes under work life. Now you can just sit at home. One second you're in the meeting, other second you're with your family enjoying a movie.
So thank you, participants. Your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you. So next we have BB02B versus TO02A. For team 3, which is YS02E, we don't have a person, right? The LO02A is absent.
Yes,
So,
and the fifth group MF02A Arya is also absent.
okay,
So
let's have MH02B versus BB02B, which will be team. I made a mistake. It's MH02B versus YS02E. Yes. So this will be team number 3, and the topic will be people should be fined according to their income. I will repeat the team name again: YS02E versus MH02B. Okay, now we can have team 2, which is BB02B versus TO02A. Can we have the
and Brinda, kindly switch on your videos.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Vrinda, you will speak for the topic. Vignesh, you are against the topic. So Vrinda, you can start.
Vrinda, your time starts now.
Greetings to all. I'm going to speak for the topic models are setting wrong standards of beauty. Yes, it's absolutely true that models are setting a very wrong standard of beauty. The way of dressing style of the models makes the people feel insecure and they are not protected. This harms the feelings of many people and this causes a lot of mental problems to them. How you dress is the way people judge you. Your dressing style is the way it is judged by the people. So many people prefer to see a person from the heart, but the first impression would be the best impression. So your beautiful face or the way you dress will surely make the impression on the other person, and this will be lasting for long. Thank you.
Participant, are you done? Vignesh, your time starts now.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to go against this topic that models are setting wrong standards of beauty. I really feel that models are setting a very good standard of beauty. They show people how they motivate people on how to carry themselves. They show them confidence. They show them how to dress and how to behave in society. More than anything, if you see a model, you see how they also show people or encourage them to be fit. They encourage them to go, if someone is, say, for example, quite obese or fat, the models encourage those people to try and change themselves, try and diet, go on exercises, and slowly become fit, not become thin or become over this thing. They encourage them to become fit, to always dress well, because many a time they say that how you dress is your superhero costume, because your dress is something which gives you confidence. It doesn't make you feel insecure. It actually makes you feel confident when you perfectly color code your clothes, when you maintain a set of when you maintain yourself very well, when you carry yourself around very well. These models show people how to carry themselves, how to be intimidating, how to behave, and for such reasons, I really don't think that models are setting wrong standards of beauty. They are in fact showing people how to be good and how to be beautiful, how to carry themselves, how to look good, and also how to stay fit.
Okay, so Vignesh, you can now speak for the topic, one statement, and Vrinda, you will have to speak against it. Now, with the debate, both of you will have to speak. So it is something like a conversation. So give time to each other. Let it be two, 3 lines each. Okay, Vignesh, start.
Topic. Okay, so I really think that models are setting really wrong standards of beauty. They make people feel so self-conscious. Like they actually make them feel like that, oh my God, I have to be like that. So they start dieting. They diet too much. They don't diet properly. They become depressed and sad. What do you have to say for this? Why do you think that models?
But I feel your dressing style gives you confidence. It makes you feel how you are and it makes you show yourself better. According to Abdul Kalam, beauty lies in heart and not in face. So what you dress is not always important. The values what you show is always the most important thing.
Very beautiful and fit with a lot of clothes. This only makes other people want to be like them. They try to be like them and they try dressing up very well and they try to become more thin and thin, thinking that thin is how a person should be. And this, they don't even do it properly and they end up just spoiling themselves. Inner beauty is what matters. It's not how you look outside. It's how you are inside, how you are as a person. It's not what other people's look of you. It is what you think of yourself. And this doesn't matter whether you look like a model, whether you look very fit or whether you look very nice.
Thank you,
You have to be a nice
Your time is
person,
up.
a good person inside. And that is why I think models are setting a wrong standard for beauty.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We have group 3, Sarthak YS02E versus MH02B here.
Yes, and the pick for team 4, which is ELR02E versus ELR02C, is school uniforms should be required. School uniform should be required. Okay, now we can proceed to team number 3. Can we have both the videos on?
Sarthak and Hiya, please switch on your videos.
So Sarthak, you will be going for and Ya will be going against. You can start. Sarthak.
Sarthak, your time starts now.
Sarthak, can you hear us?
People are imposing fines on people who have disproportionate income. Premises of driving. What a poor person pays in the county is equivalent to what a wealthy person pays in the same county. However, it may impact the farmer's livelihood much more. The latter, however, is impacted very little by the fine. I would argue in this case that the fine is greater deterrent for a poor person than it is for a healthy person, because the real life consequence is greater. While being wealthy,
Is his video frozen? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's just give it about 30-40 seconds or so.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I don't think so. He knows that his video is frozen. He's just going on, I guess.
Yes. So let him join back, then we can inform him. Sarthak, your network was poor in between. Can you repeat? Can you start again?
yes, sir, sure. You want me to start it again from the beginning?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sarthak, your time starts now.
Okay. Fines are meant to be deterrent. The premises of a fine is that someone or something wants you to deter from an action or a behavior. Take, for example, speeding or reckless driving. What a poor person pays in the county is equivalent to what a wealthy person pays in the same county. However, it may impact the farmer's livelihood much more. The latter, however, is impacted directly by the fine. I argue in this case that the fine is greater deterrent for a poor person than it is for a healthy person, because the real life consequence is greater. While being wealthy should provide you many privileges, I don't believe the capacity to be more reckless or unlawful is one of them. I would differentiate a fine for damaged property where you should pay the actual cost of the damages. These parking tickets shouldn't actually be treated as commodities. The capitalist philosophy seems to be so wrongfully ingrained in our mindset. People seem to be fine with the fact that a fine is nothing more than a price of a permission to break the law. If I'm rich, I can buy this permission and break it. If I'm poor, I can't. This shouldn't be the point of the fine. It should be a punishment, just like a jail, but less severe. The point of punishment, if to hurt, if it doesn't hurt at all when you're rich and can screw you for your life when you're poor, then how could someone think it's fair? To those of you repeating, you just shouldn't break the law note, while we are talking about what happens when you break the law, that argument doesn't play any role here, since both the guys are both the rich and the poor guys already broke it. My guess as to
Thank you, participant. Your time is up.
Greetings, everybody. I'm against the motion that people should be fined according to their income. This is a direct violation of equality. Both the poor and the rich are making the same violation, But why should just because a person is wealthy is a crime? Just because a person is wealthy, he has to pay more. A person works very hard to earn money, and just because a person is wealthy, he's supposed to pay more. Even though the crime made by the poor and the rich both are same, it is not fair that the poor get to pay according to their income and the rich, just because they are rich, get to pay more. And just because the rich can afford more doesn't mean that every rich person is also has a guilty conscience. They wouldn't want to break the law just because they can. And not every poor person breaks the law because he can't pay the money. So there's a lot of difference between why the rich break the law and why the poor. So I think there should be equality, and every citizen should have to pay the same fine irrespective of their income, because that is what equality is and that is what we should stay with.
Thank you, participant. Your time is up.
Okay, so here you can say one statement for, and Sarthak, you can debate against it. Again, same rules apply. Allow each other to speak, go on and on.
Participants, your time starts now.
I am for the notion that people should be fined according to their income, because, as for example, a person, the fine for breaking the law in Bangalore for not wearing a helmet would be 1,000 rupees, and and if a rich person breaks that law, can pay easily and get away with it. But a poor person, maybe his monthly income is 1,000 rupees. What will that person do? Maybe there was an emergency and he couldn't, and that destroys his life. But if the same thing, just because he's poor, maybe the fine is made into 10 rupees. That can help him. And he will know that because I'm poor and the government has given me the support, he will never make the mistake again. He will have that the thing in him, that honesty that, okay, they've done this to me and I will not do it again. I think it is more of a motivating for the poor.
Yes, when it comes to economy, we are likely to see two kinds of people. Some people don't work, but then they still have an income. Some people don't work, they have an income, but they have still money because of their inheritance. Their great grandfathers must have had used properties, or their partner works. What would happen if to these people? It is not fair that they wouldn't have to pay anything just because they don't have an income. If we keep fines that they are at the moment, it means everyone gets the same punishment, no matter their income, which is fairer overall. And another type of people, some people have money, but then they don't have income. Some people don't work and have an income. They still have money because of inheritance or their partner works. So it is not fair.
Thank you, participant. Your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We now have group 4, ELRO2E Ilhan, ELR02E Ilhan and ELR02C Aishat.
And for team number 5, which is MH02B, we will move on to the next one, which is TO02B versus YS02A.
So I want to bring to your notice that MF02A of group 5, Arya, is back in the meeting and is present, and group 6, TO02B, Neha, is absent. So we can have Arya in place of her, MF02A.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Neha
we
is
can.
present. She joined the meeting.
Oh, okay. Then I think we cannot change.
Okay, so let's go to team number 6 for now, and then we will see the next person. So this is T02B and YS02A. So your topic is, has social media taken over our leisure time? Has social media taken over our leisure time? Okay, we can proceed to team number 4. Right. Aishat, you will speak for the topic. Ilhan, you are against the topic. Aishat, you may begin.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be speaking for the topic, should uniforms be allowed in schools? First of all, uniforms provide a sense of equality because when you wear uniforms, there's no discrimination. You're equal with everyone around you. Because if you're not wearing uniforms and it's a casual dressing code, there will be a difference in status, right? Rich people will wear more branded clothes, and poor people will feel inferior to them. So I believe that uniforms create a sense of equality that can admonish the inferiority that poor people may feel. Also, uniforms can, um, yeah, uniforms are relatively cheaper because you only buy two sets once a year, and yeah, you buy two sets once a year, and that's it. You're set for the whole year. But if you don't wear uniforms, you
Thank you,
have.
participant. Your time is up. Ilhan, your time starts now.
Good morning. My statement is school uniforms should be required, and I'm against the statement. Eric Contana quotes, I see the world become so uniform, everybody has to be the same. I like people who are different. School uniforms demand strict obligations in an environment. Some schools even force every individual to wear scarves, which not everybody wants to do it. So everybody has a right to wear what they want. And most of the students are not comfortable with what uniforms they have, the particular school or the institution has. Some girls don't like the skirts which they get to wear in schools, and but they are forced, they have no other choice, but they have to wear that because that's the rules of the school, right? So I feel like people should schools should portray on what's more comfortable for the children, and uniforms are not very comfortable and are not liked by every student.
Thank you,
And
participant. Your time is up.
thank you so much.
Yes, Ilan. So you can make a for statement, and Aishat can go against it. Go ahead.
Participants, your
School
time.
uniform School uniforms represents uniformity. People know what institution you're coming from. People know what you're representing. Suppose you go for a particular competition and you do not wear your school uniform in schools, and people don't know what school you're representing or what is your representation, which institution you're representing. So I think uniform plays a major role in representation of your schools, and wearing colored clothes or not wearing your uniforms will also distract students. They don't Students will be worried what to wear and what not to wear, and they will be focused more on their dressing and clothing and not in their lectures. So I think it is very necessary to wear uniforms because you all come in the same attire. There is no discrimination, there is no inferiority, and
Aishat, you can
everybody
respond.
as they.
Yeah, you have said that uniforms promote a sense of equality, right? But what about the individuality of each student? Because when you wear a uniform, there's you don't have any sort of individuality. When you have your own freedom, you can show yourself. You can show who you are. You can show what you mean to be. Because in teenage years or when you're younger, that's the purpose, right? You need to find yourself, you need to be who you are, and uniforms restrict that. You can't express yourself with a uniform thing that everyone wears. Yeah.
Ilhan, you have anything to
Uh,
respond?
sir, their time is up.
Okay, I want them to go on for a little
Okay,
bit.
no problem, sir.
Yeah. Ilhan, continue.
I feel that when you spoke about the people have a right to wear what they want. I think they can do it after they are schooling. I think that's a particular time because during adolescence or during teenage time, people don't know what is right. They will get distracted. That's just the time they have to focus on their class rather than thinking about their own choice or what they want to wear. I feel people must think about what they are focusing their career is on and not their dressing. And I feel that what school has made it mandatory for uniforms, I think that is absolutely right. Thank you.
They do need to focus on studies, but they also need to focus on themselves, because uniforms restrict them, as I said before. And also, this teenage years are the times that they discover themselves. and they can't do that if they are wearing uniforms again. So uniforms should not be imposed on students because they have their own individuality. They need to express themselves. They need to find themselves, and also they should study, but they should also, have their own style. They need to be able to show who they are to the world, their
Okay,
individuality.
thank you. Okay, so the next team
Group
is
6.
yeah.
TO02B Neha versus YS02A Sahaj. Please switch on your videos.
And do we have the last team BB02E and ELR02B?
Yes, BB02E is present.
Even ELR02B is present, right?
Yes, sir.
Both are present, sir.
Okay, we'll give them their topic. Their topic is do drug addicts require help? Do drug addicts require help? Okay, we can proceed to TO02B versus Y02A. Sahaj, you will go for and Neha against. Sahaj, you may begin.
Sahaj, your time starts now.
Fire to an ancient man, it's like technology to this modern world. A very good morning to one and all present here. Has social media taken our leisure time? Yes, it's a big yes. Social media has definitely taken our leisure time because with the advent of coronavirus, almost everyone is locked in our homes. And even if you are more interested in various hobbies like art, dancing, singing, where do you put it? On the platforms, on stages? No, on the social media platforms. Even if you're interested in any hobbies, ultimately you go for social media. So this world has become a smaller place, all thanks to social media. Social media has made this world like a global village where all the people are connected. Everyone are spending their leisure time on social media. Well, a US study says that a teenager spends 6.2 hours on Instagram daily on average, and adults spend almost 2 to 3 hours on Facebook. What does this imply? Major portion of the working life has been shifted towards a social media.
Thank you, participant. Your time is up.
Okay, sure.
Neha, your time starts now.
Good morning, judges, my worthy opponents, and members of the audience. My topic is social media has taken over our leisure time, and I'm speaking against it. Social media has not taken over our leisure time. Social media has a lot of other benefits as well. It helps in advertising products. It helps people who have engaged in new businesses these days. It helps them to reach out to a larger number of people, and hence helps in advertising products. And also the very fact that we are having this fest online, it shows the benefits of social media. And also it helps us connect with people who are far away from us. And social media, as my opponent said, social media helps us to in increasing our hobbies, we can um, we can spend time more on art. We can watch videos on YouTube and learn new things. But the fact is that it helps us to learn art. I agree, but it kills our creativity. We go into copying others' art instead of being creatively thinking and forming our own art. So it kills creativity, and it gives a path to copying. And it also social media also helps in
Thank you, participant. Your time is up.
Okay, so Neha, you can speak one statement for the topic and Sahaj will defend it.
Okay, so now I'll be speaking for the topic. Social media has taken over our leisure time. Social media has taken over our leisure time because it reduces the family time. It reduces the time that we spend with our family and friends, and we spend more time on texting and chatting with our friends. Whereas we could spend the same time interacting with them instead of virtually. We could interact with them like for example, in a family, if people nowadays we have seen that people speak less to their family than their friends on the WhatsApp and all. So they could spend that time they could spend that time with their family. And there are also, while we are texting, the other person does not know what our emotions. We can fake that also. We use emojis and all, whereas the person may not be actually feeling those. So we can you do not know what the other person is actually expressing through social media.
Well, I strictly contradict what my worthy opponent has to say on this. She says that we are failing to express through social media. Is this true? Expression is actually brought about through social media is what I actually agree. And you are saying that family, we are failing to connect with our own family members. It's not because leisure time has been occupied by social media. It's because of the self-absorption of social media and depression and anxiety that has been brought about through social media. A major factor that US study says that fear of missing out, or FOMO as millennials would call it. Well, FOMO has been around far longer than social media sites such as Facebook and Instagram seem to be exaggerate feelings that others have more fun. And this is the major reason why I think the leisure time should be major focus on one's creativity and bring out on various activities during this time, because lockdown has not stopped us from using social media. That is true, but I totally agree that our focus should also deviate towards other factors such as our work life, such as our hobbies, such as our creativity, our expressions too, and also connecting with family in leisure time should be the major focus. That's what I think. I will strictly contradict with your validation in this matter, the opponent on this matter.
Participants, your time is up.
Yeah, Neha, can you respond to that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please respond to Sahaj for his statement.
Social media has taken over our leisure time, and it has reduced the family time. It has reduced the time that we spend with our family.
Why are you beating around the bush? She's saying this, repeating the same sentence. I can give a proper, valid comment on my argument.
We all have seen that when people, most of the people are on their phones instead of interacting with other people. If they
the same thing that you have mentioned in the first point. So I'm sorry, I can't go with the proper contradiction with what you keep on saying.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, participants. We now have our last group, BB02E Tushar versus ELR02B Fatimat Hisana.
Okay, before they continue, there was one person that came back, right? Could you repeat? Was it MF02A?
Sir, that was Arya, but she has left the meeting again. She's not in the meeting.
Okay, so we will finish this round and we'll wind up with just the top 6.
Yes, sir.
So Tushar, you can go for, and Hisana, you can go against. Tushar, begin.
Good morning, everyone present here. I'm going to be speaking for the topic, do drug addicts need help? Yes, they need help. Drug addiction is a very serious issue. There are various forms of drugs nowadays. There's a lot of development in drugs in the dark market. From age groups ranging from 13 to going up to 80. People in such young ages and such old ages also do drugs. Every class of the society do drugs. So there's a serious need for help. Not only just alcohol, cigarettes, but also pain meds and sleep meds. All these can cause serious issues like heart condition, liver problems, lung cancer, heart problems, and mental diseases like stress, intense rage, intense anxiety, and also secretion of opposite gender hormones from which the reproductive system of the certain person who's using the drug is going to be destroyed. So there are many rehab centers, many treatment centers which can help you. So I believe help is truly needed. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hereby conclude.
So good morning. And as my fellow contestant has said, I do not agree to this point because I believe that it does only take 21 days to build a habit. And consuming drug is not a mistake. It's a choice.
That chappal to you, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Megan, can you mute yourself?
I'm sorry.
Should I start over?
Yes, Fatima, please start over.
Yes, so good morning. As my worthy opponent has said, I strongly disagree to that. I believe that it takes 21 days to form or to delete a habit. And consuming drug is not a mistake, it's a choice. It's a choice of a person. And drug addicts are not only addicts, but consuming drugs make them lead to do many mischievous things. It even they do not even respect their own parents, their own friends, even sometimes in their own homes they do not know how to behave. So addiction is serious, as my friend said, that addiction is a serious issue and it affects their mental health. But I strongly agree that what they have done was not a mistake and it was a choice. So if drug addiction has caused them some problem, that does not need help, because it was their choice to consume drug and become addicts. And if so they want to be freed from it, they could, because they can try staying away from these drugs. And I know this is the age where people get involved in these things, but still, if you are not in that way, not in that bad pace of living, you will never get into it, because it's not a mistake, it's a choice. And I strongly agree with that.
Thank you, participant. Your time is up.
Yeah. So, Isana, you can now speak for the topic, one statement, and Tushar against. So each of you say just 2 to 3 lines and then have a debate with each other.
Sir, before I speak against, can I make a point? So,
yes.
My participant said that it's a choice and not a mistake. But then certain kids have been through accidents, take pain meds and sleep meds. But after that, if they get addicted, it's not really it's not really their fault. They got addicted while they were in pain, and that became a medium for pleasure and happiness. So you can't really say that. You can't really say that it's a mistake or a choice. People get tricked into having drugs.
That is what I am saying, that it is a choice. If in pain, why should we take the help of drugs? If in pain or if in unhappiness, why should we go after drugs or any other harmful things that give us pleasure? We have for example, if the person who is in pain has lost his parents, he has the society, there are his friends, he can share his pain. But I don't think that if a person is pain and drug is what gives him pleasure, that is not a mistake. It is truly a choice, and I truly agree with it.
I'm sorry, participant. Do remember there's something called physical pain. You go through an accident, will you refuse to take anesthesia or pain meds? In so much pain, you'll get a shock and you may even cease to exist. You'll get heart attacks and all.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that we should choosing to consume a drug is a mistake. See, everybody knows that a drug is a harmful substance, and yet choosing to consume it or having any kind of pleasure or happiness with it is still a choice, not a mistake. Okay, and as I have to make a 4-pointed for this. Can I continue, sir?
Yes, you can continue.
So now I speak for this topic. And nowadays, drug addicts are treated like criminals, but addiction is not a crime. See, even if a drug addict is sent to the jail, this jail is not a place where they are drug free. You know, a real drug addict should be sent to the rehab where he or she has been given help and is able to come out of this. Okay, so I don't want the society, and I don't agree with seeing this drug addicts as criminals, because addiction is not a crime. Okay.
Participant, you said the drug addicts are sent to jail, but then so everyone who drinks in a pub must be sent to the jail. Everyone who drinks in a bar should be sent to jail.
No, I did not say that.
Do remember, drug addicts are sent to rehab. They're not directly sent to jail. And
yeah, that's what I was saying. I said that they should not be sent to jail. I said they should not be called criminals, but then rather sent to rehab and be freed from the condition. I said I did not point out that they should be sent to jail. I just give an example saying that they are not criminals because addiction is not a crime, and they should not be sent to the jail but rather sent to the rehab and be freed out from this situation, and be helped, given help to start a new and good life. Yeah.
Sir, can I speak against that drug
Yes,
addicts
yes.
do not need it? So there are 3 stages of drug addiction: stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. These stages vary slightly depending upon the dosage. But stage 1 and stage 2 can be diagnosable and can be treatable with help and support. And it's basically by sharing your fear, sharing your pain, to just speaking out to people, going to therapy, you can clearly diagnose it. And you can do self-therapy, like speaking in front of the mirror and knowing your problems. So stage 1 and stage 2 can be cured, but stage 3 cannot. So I hereby state that drug addiction can be cured to be does not need help for until a limit, but then after that you do need help.
See, I would like to highlight a point, because nobody is born as an addict, a drug addict, or a criminal, or anything like that. It is the situation which makes a person do it. It's the situation which makes a person do something which might be good or bad. It is the situation that changes people's lives. So, a drug addict may have consumed drugs, but
You can conclude. Yeah.
sir, should
Thank
I
you.
continue?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, participants. We have now come to an end of round 2 debate prelims for the PU category. We will now move on to the finals of this competition.
Yeah.
We
Let's
will
just
have-
take a 5-minute break, and then we can start with the high school. Meanwhile, I can send the qualified participants to the finals.
Yes, sir. We will have high school participants first and PU participants next.
We can start. You're ready.
Participants, I would like. Participants, I would like to make an announcement. We have our finalists for the PU category. We have YU02A Teshu, BB02B Vignesh, YS02E Sarthak, ELR02E Ilhan, YS02A Sahaj, and ELR02B Fatimat Hisana. Congratulations. We will begin the finals shortly. Welcome back, everyone. We will now start the finals for the debate competition Fast Talk. We will begin with the high school students and then move on to the PUC level. Sir, I request you to take over.
Okay, welcome back to the finals of the debate contest. And now we shall begin with the high school students. So we have the top 6 that have qualified from yesterday. So the rounds will work as follows. We will have 1 minute for, then the other person speaks against, and then there will be 2 minutes of debate. So until I say stop, I will hear you debating each other. I would expect each of you to make clear logical statements and clear points with respect to the topic. Please do not deviate and please focus on the topic. So at the end of these rounds, the winners will be chosen based on the criteria that I have decided, which will be mainly the content, the confidence, the logic, and the diplomacy used. So this will not be a knockoff round. It will be based on your performance clearly. So I wish you all the best. May I request Megan to assign the teams?
Yes, sir, I will be sharing my screen right now. Shamil will do it. 1 second. So we will now be generating the names. Regenerate it, please. So we have the groups ready.
Okay.
Excuse me. This is BNN02A speaking. My register code is not visible on the screen.
I'm sorry, but the first group, the first person, it is BNN02A. We have not put the 2. Okay. And I will not rerun it because the groups will get shuffled. I'm sorry, please note that it is BNN02A.
Thank you.
Okay, I've made note of the teams. Can stop screen sharing. So the first team is BNN02A versus FS02B. Your topic will be zoos do not protect animals but endanger them. Zoos do not protect animals but endanger them. I will repeat the format again. It will be 1 minute for, and the opponent will speak 1 minute against. And then during the debate, you switch sides and the debate will last for 2 minutes until I say stop.
So the group 2 has to speak against the topic, right, in the first round?
I will choose who speaks for and against once you're on. So please prepare both points.
So I'm keeping a time track of 2 minutes and we shall start after that.
Yeah.
We can now begin with group 1, sir. We have as the opponents BNN02A Steve D'Souza and FS02B Zia Zahra.
Okay. And the
Please switch on your videos.
topic for the next team, which is TGP02A and RE02A, is homeschooling is more effective than public schooling. Homeschooling is more effective than public schooling.
Zia, kindly switch on your video.
Okay, so in this case, Steve, you can go first with for. Zia, you will be against.
Steve, your time starts now.
Zoos do not protect animals, but they endanger it. I will go for the topic. The reason is, what if we went into a small room, barely any ventilation, any sight of the outdoor world? We are stuck in a small cage with barely any view of anything outside. How far can we laugh at the same joke again and again? It's the same concept which we have to use. If animals are kept in a cage and if they are protected in the zoo, but how long can an animal be into a small cage with barely any natural habitation there? An animal needs to go outside, see its habitat, and nature itself makes the animal comfortable to its surrounding. We cannot be inside a room without seeing the outside world. We will be depressed and we will be so frustrated with the inside world that we cannot know what is it. Imagination stop working, and definitely keeping animals in a zoo affects the ecological system very effectively. Thank you.
Thank you, participant. Zia, your time starts now.
A very good morning to the judges and my worthy opponents present here. I, Zia, stand before you at the zoo meeting to speak against the motion. Zoos protect animals and not the endangered species. What is zoo? Zoo is a place where animals are given the proper habitats and position to remain in a high quality stage. Zoos, don't they protect animals? Don't they have well facilitated cages, breeding and adaptation? Zoos are surely the place who protects animals. I tell this strongly. The reason is because zoo protects all kind of facilities. The adopters are many. Even when the adopters are not many, they provide some kind of facilities which makes the capability to keep the animals in a high position. If zoos do not protect the animals, will the animals remain in the places? Won't they die? Won't they be in a weak position? But not. My worthy opponent said that zoos do not protect animals. I would like to state that no, it's not true, because if zoos do not protect the animals, how will the animals survive? How will the people go to visit the zoos? Aren't zoos properly maintained? Aren't the rules maintained? The rules and regulations are written in the front door itself so that people are well aware of it and follow it. If zoos aren't in a condition to protect animals, why do zoos exist? Why do parks exist? Many parks, like the famous one, sanctuaries, wildlife, Bandipur National Park, Jim Corbett, etc. Aren't zoos required? Zoos are required and they do protect animals. This is what I would like to state. And this has been confirmed through many research.
Thank you, participant. Your time is up.
So can I counter that?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So you said that animals are given facilities. So what if I had to say, I will give you a small room. I will provide all the facilities. Will you agree to that?
My worthy opponent says that a single room is given for a particular animal and can't they live in that? Where is the environmental facility? Where is the air? Where is the fresh oxygen and whatever it requires, the natural food? Zoo, it ensures the survival of threatening as well as endangered species. And this has been provided through only the natural habitat. Room, a dark room. Is this what is required for an animal? No. How will they even live? They'll be exhausted within that room, the dark carpy room. What do they require?
I am for the topic and you're against the topic.
Yes, that's what I'm telling. Animals are protected, and for this protection, an environment is required. You said it's a dark room given. I'm telling a dark room.
A cage is given to an animal. So basically, it is, you said you're given a facility. So what are the facilities?
The facilities are adopters have been taken, breeding, food provided. When you enter the zoo, the main board present there, it maintains all the rules and regulations. So there it has been present in such a such year, so and so has taken place. So according to that, the following rules have been taken.
So you're saying human environment is better than natural environment?
No, I say that environment is better and not a dark room, which you said. Dark room will cause it will exhaust it. So a fresh air, oxygen, air, natural evergreen, that is what is required.
We can switch sides now. We can switch sides. So Steve, you can speak against, and Zia for the topic.
So do I start, sir?
Yes, you can start.
Okay, fine. Animals in the forests are in a way where a cycle processes. So if a deer eats the grass, it's tended that the deer is going to be eaten by a tiger. So this is an ecological cycle which takes place. What happens with this? Sometimes the growth of deers exceed while the growth of tigers do not. What happens in this? Over vegetation is eaten and we suffer a great comeback. For this situation, we have been allotted, animals have been allotted zoos so that they see the ecological cycle going more better and they control the ecological way better. If we do not protect them and safeguard them from harsh situations which cannot be expected, we cannot have a better tomorrow.
Zoos do not protect animals, but endanger the species. Zoos, do they have all the facilities? I should think not, because nowadays, especially during the pandemic, the adopters are decreasing. No money for adoption, no breeding facilities. The parents who come to visit, as well as the children who come along with it, they disturb the animals by doing different actions. And this is what causes them to get angry and destruction basis.
You're not asking a question. I asked you, what if the population of deer exceeds and the population of tiger doesn't? What if all the deers eat up the vegetation and we are left with no vegetation? What will you do that time?
There is facility. The zoos have them, but they do not protect them because they have the environment and the adopters are there who breed animals. So they will have the maintenance of that. That's why the rules and regulations are based on it.
You're actually mixing the thoughts. You are against
the topic.
Yeah. Last point, Zia, against zoos.
zoos do not protect animals, right?
Yes.
Okay. Zoos do not protect animals because they don't have the right facilities given. The visitors who come, they are the ones who disturb them, especially when the deers or some. The main cause for the endangered species, like example dodo, to be extinct and all, it is a disturbance caused and a facility reduction. So I would like to say zoos absolutely do not protect animals, and the main reason for this is the destruction and the disturbance caused by all towards the animals. Thank you.
Steve, conclude. Last point.
Okay, so basically I say that a zoo is a artificial habitat for an animal, whereas nature, forests, is a natural habitat. It's our decision to choose if we have to stay in an artificial place or a natural place. It's the same concept which we have to use humanity and give the animals. Do we need to keep them in cages, or do we need to give them the right place from where they live? Thank you.
Can I conclude?
No, your turn is done.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, participants. We have our next group, TGPO2A, Palak Saini versus RE02A, Siddharth Shetty. Participants, kindly switch on your videos.
And the topic for the final team, which is D02D versus CM02A, is should documentaries be a substitute for books? Should documentaries be a substitute for books?
Siddharth, kindly switch on your video.
Siddharth is on. The other person.
Oh, I'm sorry. Palak, please switch on your video. Sir, Palak isn't in the meeting.
Okay. She hasn't joined, or
She joined the
dropped off?
she joined the prelims, but she hasn't joined the finals.
Okay.
I remember seeing Palak in the meeting. I think she had joined, but she had to leave. I'm not sure.
Can somebody contact her? Since this
Yes,
is a
sir.
finals,
Please give me a minute. I will just do it.
yeah.
So she will join the meeting in 30 seconds.
Okay. Did she receive the topic? Another question.
No, sir, she hasn't received the topic.
Okay.
Sir Palak has joined the meeting.
Okay. Um,
Group 2,
yeah.
TGP.
Just announce the topic again to Palak.
Yes, sir. TGP 02A and RE02A. The topic is homeschooling is more effective than public schooling.
So
Okay,
can
so
you please?
homeschooling is more effective than public schooling. Okay, and we shall proceed to group 3 since Palak just joined. We'll finish their round and then go back to group 2.
Yes, sir. We have the participants of Group 3, TVD02D Arjun Kumar and CM02A Carol Furtado. Please switch on your videos. Siddharth, you can turn off your video.
Okay, so Khil, you can speak for, Arjun, you will be against.
Yes.
Carol, your
Carol,
time
you can
starts
start.
now.
Okay, so good morning, a very good morning to all present here. I'll be speaking upon why documentaries are more better than books. So documentaries cover a lot more topics than books do, and it helps us give a wider range of topics. Also, documentaries give us a visual insight into what's happening around us, which is much better than the pictures that are available in the books. Another point is that manufacturing books increases the use of paper, and we are in the sixth mass extinction happening in the planet, and trees have proven beneficial and is a solution for solving that problem, which is why mass production of books is leading to environmental degradation.
Arjun?
Participant, are you done?
Can I start, sir?
Yes.
Good morning to the judge and organizers and my fellow competitors. I'll be speaking against the topic. Should documentaries be a substitute for books? So, living in the 21st century, documents have taken over the books, and I think it's not a very good idea. Because first of all, documentaries they are very long and they affect our health. Secondly, when we watch documentaries, there is no stimulation in our brain. Whereas in books, when we read them, we try to imagine the characters or the pictures. So when we imagine things, our brain is stimulated. And also we learn how to be patient. And also documentaries, they are time limited. But whereas books can carry them anywhere. You can read them at any time you want. And also by watching documentaries, you don't get so much knowledge. But with books, it increases your vocabulary, it increases the meaning of words. Like you gain a lot of knowledge from books rather than the documentaries. Thank you.
Thank you, participant. Your time is up.
Okay, so
I'll
now,
counter that.
yes.
Okay, so the speaker said that books create more stimulation than documentary videos, but videos give us more information anyways. We don't need to imagine what's happening. Some things that some problems that that the society is facing, we do not experience it firsthand, which is why we need documentaries and videos to give us a first-hand experience. Also, the fact about knowledge, videos are proven to be more knowledgeable than books, because books are very short usually, and it's very time consuming, whereas documentaries give us information on a wide range of topics in a short time.
So first of all, your first point was that documentaries it stimulates more knowledge, but like the documentaries, first of all, they're short period and they give more, but we're not able to remember that much. And we can't understand so much in a short period of time. But books, like when we read, I know it takes a lot of time, but when we read, we understand it. So it gives more knowledge, and like it helps us to understand what is going on. And second, you said that we don't have first-hand information, but like books also provide the first-hand information. It just the difference is that it takes a longer time to read. But as I said in the first point, that when we read books, we understand more rather than the documentaries. That's it.
Okay, so the speaker thinks that reading books gives us a more understanding. Then why do people still fail in their studies? We never had online classes before this, and online classes have started proving more to be more beneficial than our school studies before, because people are going for Byju's, which is literally a video experience on learning. The fact that the point that you said, that we learn more by reading books and not by documentaries, that's not dependent on documentaries or books. That is dependent on the human brain, which is why watching documentaries can also help you remember a lot of stuff. It's not up to the documentary or the book, it's up to your brain and your understanding capabilities. So, and documentaries still give you a visual experience. Some children are better off when they see stuff, they learn more than when they read stuff. A visual experience makes us remember things more. So, documentaries are better.
Yeah, we can switch now. Arjun, you speak for, say a statement, and then Carol, you are against. Arjun, go ahead.
So I'll be speaking for the motion. So, books, like if you have to read a book, you have to be knowledgeable enough to understand the words. But whereas for documentaries, even at a small age, you are able to grasp this thing, grasp the topic or the main theme of the documentaries. Whereas in the book, sometimes you don't understand what is going on. You have to always refer. But seeing the documentaries, like it helps the small children to understand what the theme is at a small age. And also whereas we don't in today's world, we don't have enough time to read books, because everyone is busy now and it's a very hardworking world. And so documentaries, as they're very short, we can understand more.
Okay, so the speaker mentions that children can understand more by watching documentaries. So, what are the disadvantages that come with documentaries? Small children watching 2-hour to 3-hour long documentaries can ruin their health. It leads to eye problems, and it can also lead to depression in many cases, which is why it has a lot of health disadvantages. Also, reading has a lot more advantages when it comes to health, because reading helps stimulate the brain. Even though you might not understand what you're reading, it helps you focus more, it improves your concentration. Also, you spoke about reading being time consuming, or people not having time in their everyday life. Documentaries are time consuming too. There are 4 to 5 hour long documentaries too, which is why that point is not valid.
No, okay. A documentary, as you said, it might take 4 to 5 hours, but imagine like 300 to 4 to 500 pages book. It might take you 3 to 4 days, which is very it's more time consuming compared to the document, because 5 hours is nothing compared to 5 days. So it's very long. And also, according you said that it affects the children's health. I'm not saying that you have to sit every day and we have to see only documentaries. We have to take everything in the measure.
Arjun, you can conclude. Last point, you can conclude.
I conclude by saying that documentaries, they help in a lot of ways compared to books. That's it. Thank you.
Carol, conclude.
I'll conclude. Yeah.
I think her video is frozen. Let's give her a moment. Carol, your video was frozen. Can you repeat that?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I conclude by saying that reading is much more effective than documentaries because we started producing and watching documentaries just in the last century, but we have been reading from many centuries, and we've had great scholars in the past too that were much brilliant than the scholars that we have today, which is why reading has been proven to be more effective than documentaries, and it has more health advantages.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, participants. We will now move on to Group 2, TGP02A Palak Saini versus RE02A Siddharth Shetty. Participants, please switch on your videos.
Palak, you will be for, Siddharth against. Palak, you can begin.
So I have to be in favor of homeschooling or public schooling.
Homeschooling. Homeschooling is better than public speaking. Public schooling is the topic.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. I will start my debate in favor of homeschooling, and I will keep some points that when there is a homeschooling, then there are many different religions that a family follows. And when there is a homeschooling, that a family can choose that whether they want to cooperate or incorporate with the religion or not. Then in homeschooling, a special attention can be given to a child. If someone is weak in this area or this area, that teacher can focus on that areas and can make that weak points as strong points. Then there is a fast progress of a children because one teacher teaches him according to his or capability. Then that child can get a faster progress in that field. Then one of the main point that is saving time in public schooling, that you have to waste time in transportation and all, but in in homeschooling you don't have to waste time according to for that transportations and all. In short, we can say that homeschooling is better than public schooling because there is saving in time, then proper attention. We can make strong points into we can turn out the weak points into strong points and make that child focus in studies that much that he or
Thank
she
you,
can excel
participant.
in
Your
his
time is
future.
up.
Thank you.
Siddharth, your time starts now.
A very good morning to all present here. My name is Siddharth Shetty, and I stand negative in the debate that homeschooling is more to consider when you think about homeschooling, which are time, cost, and socialization. When you look at time, you have to say that parents take the responsibility of educating their children when it's homeschooling. So they have to set aside time to make it work. This is especially difficult for people who are working parents or single parents. They have to take time to organize, prepare lessons, teach, give tests, and plan other field trips and so on. Homeschooling it's a full-time commitment, and you have to invest time and effort indeed. The second point is their cost. In comparison to public schools, where education is free, homeschooling can be pretty costly. Purchasing new curriculum and teaching tools can be pretty expensive. Parents can choose to have a paid homeschooling program, which has many benefits, but can cost more for them, which can be difficult for people who have to stop working. So they have to keep in mind that the student will need project materials, stationery, computer software, and many more. Parents who choose to homeschool their children have to spend more money than parents who send their children to public school. And the third point is socialization. Homeschool children may not have as many opportunities to interact with other students, such as in public school, where you can talk to your friends
Thank you,
and anytime
participant.
during
Your
class.
time is up.
Palak, would you want to respond to this? Do you have any counter?
So I have to go against now.
No. Do you want to counter his statement, his current statement?
Okay, I have to counter him.
Yeah.
Okay, so my dear opponent, you were saying that you get many fields and you get much more progress in public schooling. But according to me, nowadays, if you see, you get many more things to know in this time as this corona period is going on. You can see that we get to know many information from YouTube and other channels. Then teachers are putting efforts, they are putting PowerPoint presentations and all to make you understand. And I think so it is a better way of learning. instead of wasting time in going for schools and then wasting time, money and all, you can just utilize a time at your home, and the time you waste while going to school and all, you can use it for saving. I just want to say that education is not preparation for life. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. So instead of wasting time for transportation and all, you have to utilize that time in studies, so that you can make your future bright enough. So I just want to say that homeschooling is far better than public schooling. Thank you.
Okay, so now you can switch. Siddharth can start with the first statement saying homeschooling is better, and Palak can go against it. This is the debate round. So,
Can you hear me, sir? Is it audible?
yes, yes.
A very good morning to all. I, as the affirmative team, believe that homeschooling is more effective than public or private schools. My first point is that the students can move more quickly through assignments and subjects that they understand, and can spend more time on topics that are challenging, unlike in public or private schools where you have to go along with the other students. Homeschooling can be a safe environment, as you can spend time with your family, build stronger relationships, and improve with your subjects as well. Studies have shown that people who are homeschooled can have an increased percentile mark in their exams, such as student academic tests. And there's also the ability to pursue the child's interests and have many more personalized learning matching lessons for the child's learning style. And there's also the less distraction from students who do not value learning, and it can allow for greater achievement.
Palak, do you want to respond to this?
So now I have to speak against homeschooling.
Yes.
Okay, so I will keep some points that a public schooling student gets that facilities, whereas the homeschooling student don't get. First of all, working in groups. Whenever you work in a group, you come across many points of view, and that becomes easy for you to know the point. So the public schooling gets this benefit. Then class discussion is the one of the biggest fact that a child gets to know about a topic. Then debates, that we usually, when we debate upon, we get many points of view, and then we can clear our concept about it. Physical education, which is provided in public schooling only. Then school partners, the partners in our break time, they friends, that mostly we hear that school timing was the best timing of our life, just because we got those partners, that discussions, that teachers, that studies, and all and all and all. So I can say that public schooling is also better than homeschooling, because we get many aspects, there is a diversity. We get many co-curricular activities to do upon science, art fairs, school assemblies, then recess, sports meets, etc. and etc. Annual functions. All this make a child fit enough to stand out in his future. Thank you.
Siddharth, respond.
My opponent, I agree with you on there are many different like positive points about public school, but in homeschooling, it's easier for students able to perform better on their tests, as they can plan it by themselves. They can do how they want it to. It's customized as for how they want it. So as there's less distractions for them. Otherwise, if students are not interested in a certain thing in school, it's easier for them in homeschool. They can choose what they want to do, and they can take pride in their own achievements as they choose to do this, and it's easier for them, as they can also have like more positive things in their adulthood or employment time.
Palak, last point and conclude.
Okay. So I have heard that education is the most powerful weapon in this world that can be used to change the world. So I just want to say, my dear opponent, knock knock, come out of your fantasy world and see that what is going on. We can say that public schooling is better than homeschooling because it can gives you you can see the whole world with your eyes. When you are in homeschooling, you are conserved to a small society, whereas in public schooling, you come across the world, see many aspects, and see a diversity in the world. Thank you.
Siddharth, last point and conclude.
So for this is as it is more effective, right? I just want to make sure.
Yes. Correct.
As my opponent, I agree that education is very important and is in regard to what you said. But there is also many students choose to homeschool because of what they face if they face any trouble in school, such as peer pressure, bullying, and so on. There is less ridicule and social pressure in at homeschooling, which will encourage learning, as in public school, which it can be discouraged. There's also greater exposure to more activities and field trips that are done to other homeschoolers of varying ages. So there is social activities as well, and there's also real life skill building, which can be strong for home based learning.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we can move over to the next contest.
Thank you, participants. We have now come to an end of the high school debate finals. We shall now move on to the PU category finals. These are the final groups.
Okay, we can begin. So the topic for team 1, which is YS02E versus ELR02E, is cell phones do not need extra features. They must only make calls. Cell phones do not need extra features. They must only make calls.
Participants, you have 2 minutes to prepare. Your time starts now. So we can now begin with group 1. YS02E Sarthak Kumar versus ELR02E Ilhan Irfan.
Okay, and the topic for the next team, which is ELR02B and YU02A, is should sex education be a part of curriculum? Should sex education be a part of the curriculum?
Sarthak and Ilhan, please switch on your videos.
Okay, Ilhan will be for and Sarthak against. Ilhan, you may begin.
Good morning. I am for the statement cell phones do not need extra features. They need only calls. So we know that cell phones have now been an important part of everybody's life, and it has been gone through, it is with everybody. So even younger kids also have cell phones, and younger kids tend to misuse cell phones. They use social media through cell phones and text random people, make post pictures which are not required, which are inappropriate, which is not meant for themselves. I think if they want education, if you want to talk about education, how will they perceive education? If we are talking about online classes now, laptops can be used for education, cell phones can be only used for calls, laptops can be used for education. If you want to watch get yourselves educated or watch news, you can use the TV, cameras, but cell phones are not necessarily needed for everything. It can be only used for calls, because there are side effects of cell phones being used not only for calls. There are side effects like kids misusing it. So that's how I'd like to conclude the talk. Thank you.
Thank you, participant. Sarthak, your time starts now.
You're muted, Sarthak.
Yeah, good morning. The topic for the debate is, should cell phones have extra features like they're having right now? And I'm going to speak against the same. Cell phones are being used everywhere. Everyone has a cell phone these days. You can't find a person without a cell phone. And if we are talking about contradicting the features which are available in the modern phones, I think I'll have plenty of points to put forward. Some of them are people are using phones to promote their products, business wise. People are using their phones to, they are able to reach a larger crowd of people, promote their products, get insights from people, or which they couldn't be able to do without these possible features available in the phone. Also, they are able to connect with a large crowd of people across the country, world, or whatever you can name it. And also with these features added in your phone, everything is available in your fingertips. You can order food online. You can sit in one place and you can just control everything. Like it's just on your fingertips. You can order food. You can chat with people, or also you can these extra features available in a mobile phone are also promoting innovation among young minds. For example, in my case, I have done a lot of innovation with these features involved in the phone. So
thank you, participant. Your time is up.
Yeah.
Ilhan,
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Yeah, you can rebut. Yes.
Yeah. So as you said, I'd like to begin by contradicting your points. So first, you mentioned about products being advertisement. So you can also advertise using your laptop or computers. If graphic designers or fashion designers or people who want to advertise, they use laptops and not cell phones. And also another point you mentioned was ordering food. It's just a step away or just a finger away. We can order food by calling. It doesn't necessarily have to be, by using a particular app. You can right away order food by calling the restaurant. It doesn't particularly have to be using a particular app. So I think that cell phones can only be used for calling, and there are various other electronic gadgets that are used for various other things. Thank you.
Thank you, participant.
Go ahead, Sarthak.
Yeah, yes. Like my worthy opponent told, laptops can be used, computers can be used. But I would like to ask you one thing. Are all the apps available in the phone, available for laptop? Do all people know how to operate a laptop? Do all people know how to get into a laptop and how to get used to it? New software or UI. Many people, mobile phones are making it able to for people. Like it's very easy to handle mobile phones. They are being, they have learned it now. By now, everyone is used to a mobile phone. So not all apps available in not all apps available in a mobile can be availed in a laptop. So yeah, that's the one point which wouldn't stand in this debate. And another thing, food. Like you told, we can call the restaurant and order the food. But then yeah, apps like Zomato, Swiggy, the main feature which makes them stand out of this traditional method of calling a restaurant and ordering food is that they give a list of menu. Like they have a menu of food items available, so that people can sit with with ease. They can choose food, whatever what food they want. They can order from their app itself. So when it's over a call, you'll have to wait for the person in the other side to say all the food items, and not all you can retain in your mind at that time frame. So yeah, these apps are made to stand out and prevent such problems which arises in normally calling a restaurant and ordering food. So yeah, these are my contradictions to your statement.
Okay, now both of you switch. So Ilhan, you can make the first statement. Switch side.
I should counter him or I can speak again? Should I counter him or should I speak again?
Switch side. So if you were for, now you go again.
Okay. So cell phones have been widely used by everybody here. Everybody right now. I'm using my cell phone for a Zoom meeting right now. So cell phones have been utilized by everybody here. Cell phones contain to portray your talents. So now you want to upload your talents, you want to talk about what you love. I think everybody Instagrams it through social media or puts it on Snapchat or Twitters it or sends a tweet. So I think cell phones are very beneficial for that. And one more thing, if you're going to contradict me about the laptops, I think laptops are bigger devices to carry and maintain everywhere. You can't hold a laptop and go everywhere because it's a very big device. Cell phones are you can hold it in your hand and take it anywhere. It doesn't have to have a required briefcase or a suitcase to cover it. It is more safe to take it. It's travel friendly. Also, if you want to detect your location, if you're traveling, I think cell phones are the best. Google Maps are the best to get your locations. I don't think you can take a laptop everywhere and get your location. Another point I would like to say is that cell phones also you can it shouldn't be having only calls, because you can also use data everywhere. I don't think laptops or any other gadgets which can be you can apply data in that particular gadget. So I think that cell phones need to have the extra. Pardon? Like I feel I conclude that cell phones need to have the extra features and not only calls. Pardon?
Yeah, Sarthak can. Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sarthak, you can respond now. Has he dropped off?
So Sarthak has left the meeting.
Yeah, we'll wait for it.
Sorry, sir, there was a network issue.
Yeah, did you hear what she said before dropping
I was
off?
not able to hear the last part, sir. There was a lag.
Okay, not an issue. You make your point now.
I can give my arguments. Can I start?
Yes. Yes, yes. You make your and then she can respond.
Sure. Okay. Like the opponent, laptops. Okay. Mobile phones are best alternatives to laptops, and mobile phones are available with most of the apps which are can be used in can be used in daily lives, like she told, Google Maps, then Instagram, Facebook, all. Yeah, okay, I agree with that point. But then at the same time, Android emulators are available in laptops. So basically all the apps which are there in the mobile phone can also be available on the laptop. So you can use a laptop for the same purpose, and there isn't a necessity that cell phones should have these extra features and all that. Okay, first point. Second point, she had mentioned wait, 1 minute. Yeah, second point, she had mentioned.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sarthak.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes, continue.
Okay, second point, she had mentioned that laptops are not portable. They have big screens. They can't be carried out everywhere. They need briefcases, bags, and all that. But then I guess you should also be aware that lightweight laptops with comparatively smaller screens are also coming up. So basically, you can just, however, while going out for any official purpose, or normally you take a bag and you can just carry a small laptop in that. Laptops with small screens and lightweight, being lightweight and also with some better features than phones are being availed these days. So that those can be bought and can be used for the same purpose. So yeah, another point I would like to add here is about the addictions during the usage of phones. Phones, yeah, they are very portable. They can be used everywhere. They can be carried out everywhere, and that's where the problem lies. When you go out in public, I see many people being in their phones, tapping their phones like this, and not being aware of what's going on in their surroundings. They don't talk to people. They don't communicate with people around them. And all they be is in their phones every time, like they'll be tapping their phone, and also that instills some kind of thinking with those elders or other people around us that even though a person using the phone is smart, is intelligent, or is capable of communicating with people, but this act in the public instills this kind of thinking with people that he's some kind of nerdish, a buffoon sitting at home and using his phones. One thing. And second thing, games being played in phones. These are the things which are diverting the young minds away from the traditional games which we used to play before. Many people used to socialize, and maybe be it in the neighborhood, be it on the roads, or be it anywhere. People used to play games together to socialize.
Sarthak, you can hold for a moment. Sarthak, hold. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In contradiction to my friend, in my opposing, you said that people use games 24/7. I think that is why there is a completely different concept of video games. People are more into video games these days and not into phones. People don't use phones mostly for games, video games. That is why video games are invented, and that's why mothers are very worried about their children using that. And secondly, you even told that there are portable laptops and there are smaller screens. And I would like to ask you a question. If you're going out for shopping or if you're going to a mall, would you rather take your laptop along with you, or would you take your cell phone along with you? I think taking a cell phone is more convenient because it has all the apps. It should have all the apps. You can call it, you can detect your location, you can use your hotspot, your internet connection, or everything. So I think the most convenient option here is to use your mobile phones and rather take a laptop or a computer screen to a mall. I think that makes more sense clearly.
Okay,
you can
in rebuttal
conclude,
so you want me to conclude or rebut?
So I can conclude?
Yeah, Ilhan, last point, and after that, Sarthak, you can make your last concluding point.
Okay.
Okay.
So in conclusion, I would like to say that mobile phones must be having all the other features, all the technological features, because I think it is leisure for everybody. I think it has all the qualities what you need. You can call, you can use your apps. I think everything must be included, and I feel that it is more accessible, and it is a better option than any other gadget because of its size or its whatever its features are. Thank you.
Go ahead, Sarthak.
Yeah, for all these arguments I have made in favor of topic of adding the extra features to these, or availing these extra features available in a cell phone, which include like
Continue. Sarthak, you can continue. We can hear
Sir,
you.
am I audible? Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible. Yes. Yes, please proceed.
Sir, I guess there's a lag. 1 minute.
Please proceed, Sarthak. We could hear you.
So now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. For all these
Go
arguments I've made in favor of the topics of adding, not adding extra features to the phones, which are which is very okay. For all these arguments which I made in not adding extra features in the phone, and prefer using laptops or computers rather than using a phone, I conclude that my motion still stands in front of the rebuttal given by my worthy opponent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We can bring the next team on. And the topic for the final team, which is BB02B and YS02A, is everyone must use online payment only. Everyone must use online payment only. Now we can start with group 2.
We have as the participants for group 2, ELR02B Fatimat Hisana and YU02A Teshu Pateria.
Okay, so Hisana will go for,
Participants?
Teshu will go against. Hisana can start.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
So good morning, everybody. And today's topic is, does sex education should be included in the curriculum? And I'm speaking for this topic. Sex education is very important. And in today's world, it's proven in day-to-day life. There is a very big misconception that sex education encourages having sex, but it does quite the opposite. Sex education is primarily educating about one's body, and it is mandatory because a person or a child should be aware. It is helpful in times of abuses, unplanned pregnancies, and in transmission of STDs, that is sexually transmitted diseases, that is AIDS and HIV, which is now very much common. And why does this happen? Because there is lack of sex education. In this, in a country like India, where all these societal imbalances are there, people consider sex education that as a misgrace, as that should not be taught to children. But this is not true. This does not do any harm, but helps the students or help children, because sex education is something that is very important. Even looking in a hospital way, like that is in a medical condition, in a medical way, because a person should be aware of his or her body and know what is right and wrong, what is right and wrong in according to sex and its education. So if a person is not aware of that, and there are many problems leading to this, then how are they said to be educated? If a person is to be called educated, he or she should be aware of everything. And this is very helpful in times of abuses and in such cases as rapes. Because why does that happen? Why do rapes and other such vulnerable, cruel things happen in our society? Not
your time is up.
World.
Teshu, your time starts now.
Okay, good morning. So I would like to start by saying that no, sex education should not be included in the curriculum. It is very much likely that the sex education will not serve its purpose, as students are very much likely to take it carelessly given the age factor. with so much literature about sex already being available in the form of stories, pornography, and online sex clips, they might consider themselves to be much aware. There is a survey which suggests that the number of average sex references to a teenager in 1 year are 15,000 by the TV. Then, even if schools introduce sex education as a subject, the pressure from the society and family is likely to stop them, as there are very strong reservations related to religion and culture, as there is a belief that children should not be exposed to sex. Finally, I would like to say that India is a country that has 89 to 90% shortage of gynecologists and other related doctors. To the experts which will be assigned to give lessons have to be highly qualified. This could result in children being vulnerable and giving inaccurate information, which would impart more harm than good. Thank you.
Thank you, participant.
Hasina, you can bond.
Sir, should I speak for or against?
You can maintain the same stance. You can just respond to her.
So as my friend said, because looking at all these religious, societal aspects, only by seeing this, how can you tell that sex education is not important? Because see, now the cases of rapes in India is very much increasing. And even in many countries, there are teen pregnancies, which cause a lot.
Can you please tell me how educating children at the young age is going to stop rape? Please explain to me, how is it going to stop rape?
No, it's not like that. Okay, let me tell. If now children, even at the age of 4 or 5, and even below that, even newborn babies are being raped. Okay, so if a child is given sex education, and if she or he knows about the good and bad touches and knows how to react, see, small children does not know what to do when they are molested.
So
okay?
you're suggesting that sex education should be imparted as soon as the child is born, and as soon as it crosses the age of 4
See,
and
when
5.
a child is born, they cannot understand anything. Just try to understand my concept. See, when they are at the age of understanding something, we should give them sex education and as a part of the curriculum. That is very much medically accurate, because if they understand the right and wrong, they can react. See, a 4 or 5 year child cannot react when he or she is molested or abused, because they don't know what it is. See, when they are
right
given
now, sex education is already being provided in most schools, and it is a proven fact that even boys, girls, both from highly educated schools where sex education has already been provided, are still going and sexually abusing other people. How is providing sex education going to stop rape?
Can I tell you one thing? That is a choice. If a person knows something and then commits the same thing, mistake,
So
that
then
is a choice. That is not. See,
if you're talking about choice, then you can't put it for sex education, right?
No, see, for example, are you coming to the point that all the people who get sex education are going into abusement or molestation?
I am just asking you that how is providing sex education helping in reducing rape numbers?
Yes, providing sex education is very much important. See, now all of us study, but all of us do all of us become something in our life? Some become housewives, some become taking up jobs. That is the same way. So everyone should be given sex education, but there are still people who don't understand all these and still go for abuse. But keeping them in the eye and not giving sex education can only harm the rest of the population. Okay.
Okay, we can hold this here. We can hold this here. You can switch sides now. Teshu can speak for, Hisana against. Teshu, begin.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. I would like to say why sex education is very important to be included in today's curriculum. As I mentioned earlier, 15,000 average teenagers there have been 15,000 sex references to average teenagers in 1 year through only TV. And I don't even need to mention how many references are there on social media. The teens need to know a safer option. Just because you include sex education, it doesn't mean that you're going to increase sex. Just because you know how the water cycle works, how it's going to rain, doesn't mean it's going to rain. Just because you have a raincoat with you, it's not mean it's going to rain. So including sex education doesn't mean it's going to increase sex. need to know the side effects of overpopulation. Overpopulation is a very big issue, and the main reason in India is, it is a proven fact, studies have shown it, that the main reason for overpopulation is children don't know about the side effects. Villages especially, they don't know the side effects of overpopulation, and because they are not taught about it. So if they're taught about it, they'll know it, and it helps for protection against STDs. Thank you.
Yeah, as you've said, it is a protection of STDs and all. But then in our society, in our culture, it is very much a vulnerable topic, okay? The students might take it in a bad way, because this topic is such a sensitive and vulnerable topic, and children are not allowed to do, and even giving them sex education might do more harm than good.
I think your video froze. Can you repeat the last 2 lines, Hisana?
Yes. I said that even in this society, in our culture, giving sex education is such a vulnerable topic, and it's a myth. It's considered to be a myth. So even giving that might be a vulnerable and sensitive topic, and it might do more harm to children than good, okay? So children
It's frozen again.
I'll wait for her to come back then.
Yeah. Okay, you can respond now, Teshu, to what she
Is
said.
she back? I can't make out if she's back.
Yes. Hisana, can you check? Are you back? I think it's stuck again.
Hello.
Hisana, are you back? Can you hear us, Hisana?
So Sana has left the meeting. She will join shortly.
Yeah, let's give her a minute until she joins, and then we can continue.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on to team 3. We'll get back to team 2 after Hisana joins back.
Yes, sir. We have the members of Team 3, BB02B, Vignesh Narayanan, and YS02A, Sahaj Alva. Participants, kindly switch on your videos.
Okay, so here Vignesh can go first. Sahaj will go against. Vignesh will be for, Sahaj will be against. So Vignesh, you can
Vignesh,
start.
your time, yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you may start.
Okay. So today I will be now going for the topic that everyone must use online payment. Today we are in the 21st century and online payment and net banking is the new way. It is the new way in which we have now progressed. Online banking is like a very, very fast as well as cashless and a very, very, what do you say, easy way to transfer money, to get money, to buy things, to sell things, not just for us consumers, also for the businessmen. Net banking is very, it's very impactful as well as very positive. For here, I can take a lot of points to explain this. One, it can be done easily in the comfort of your homes. If you want to buy something, you just see it. You can then, it will be perfectly moved through your bank account. You can use your own bank's basis to move your, to move money or to send money to someone or to buy a product. Take, for example, I want to buy some product which I really liked on Amazon. I don't need to take out cash, find the right amount of change, go and pay. I can just, in 15 minutes, I will be able to easily transact money and be able to order that product, which will then come to me. It can, apart from this, large amounts can be very easily moved. Say, for example, I need to move quite a large amount for something. I cannot run around with, say, 50,000 rupees of cash. I cannot even withdraw that much. And hence this will also make me prone to mugging. Say, for example, I have a lot of money and who knows if someone finds out and someone follows me from the bank from where I withdrew that money, they will easily be able to jump me and steal the money. Whereas if the money is online and in my phone, secure, or in my computer on an e-wallet, I can very easily be able to transact that money, make bill payments, make whatever payments it may be that helps this. This also, I want to also look into this in the perspective of the pandemic. Today, the coronavirus is transmitted through many means, and using cash, which someone may have sneezed on, someone may have coughed on, is not a good way, and it will only cause for more transmission. Hence, online banking in times of crisis, online banking in general is very important, and hence I feel that from now on, everyone should use online payments completely.
Sahaj, go ahead.
Sahaj, your time starts now.
Yeah, barter system to this ancient economy of human trades, it's almost similar like e-payments to this modern world, but it has its own controversies. A warm good afternoon to one and all present here. Should e-commerce or e-payment should be the only mode of transaction in this present world? I totally disagree, because the recent cases have increased distributed transactions, also increased business costs too. It has imposed a lot of authority problems in various business communities too. Also, the major factor is that the e-mode of commerce has not reached villages. So old people are not adapted to the technology, because technology should not become a master. We should not be a servant to the technology. That's what I think. And also, frauds have been increasing due to e-payments. Students, all the people can be easily fooled because of e-payments. This business platform can be misused for various frauds as well. So this key factor has to be noticed, because what the debate topic is, it says that e-payment should be the only mode of transaction, which I strictly contradict, because e-payment should be accepted in our business, but we should not make it the only, because we should accept even the transactions of money, the cash economy as well, because a certain section of the population has not been adapted to this new technology. They do not have mobile phones in the first place. How can they adapt to e-technology? How can the people, the elderly people, adapt to the technology? And the students,
Thank you, participant.
should students even be mobile phones?
So Vignesh, you can respond if you have.
Okay, so I maintain the same stance, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you were saying that people in villages don't have. I would like to mention that e-payment does not need a huge computer or a very costly laptop. E-payment can easily be done even through the smallest of phones, even through phone calls. And the advantage of e-payment on a whole is that today we are progressing. our whole country barter system used to be useful at a time, but why did barter system even stop? You bought up the barter system. I would just like to take the biggest point, which is why barter system even stopped. For one, if someone wants to sell a cow to someone and he's supposed to give 2 sheep, how can you judge that those 2 sheep are the same as the cow? Which is why if you use e-payment and take it in modern days, now, for example, if I want to buy something which is 450 bucks and I don't have that 50 rupees, I will have to give him a 500. He'll have to go walking around and find change. And if he doesn't have change, mostly I'll have to leave that 50 rupees because I cannot do that. So what I do, I use e-payment. 450 is perfectly in my account.
Because the government does not support students or the education system. Students are not encouraged to use mobile phones. They travel through trains, through they commute through various places to the education institutions. If they fail to have the cash, what do you expect to make it? Are you implying that mobile phone should be mandatory for every person from education institutions to every household? Mobile phone should be mandatory. Are you implying that? What about the anxiety? What about the mental health of the students in that matter? Give us a proper validation in that case.
Wait 1 second. Why in the world are you bringing up students here?
Because you have said that e-mode should be implemented to everyone. In that case, I'm taking into consideration the students.
Educational institution.
So then, how are we students used to use? How are we supposed to use online mode of payments?
I would first like to say students can earn money. I would just like to say money generally.
That strictly contradicts the topic because the topic says the e-payment should only be used and cash should not be used. That's what the topic implies. And the shallowness of your arguments has been strictly contradicted now.
But why are students even here?
Excuse me, your voice is breaking. Is that
everyone does have a phone today, and even the simplest of phones is
Can you repeat that again,
I have no
Vignesh?
idea.
Excuse me, is there a network issue on his side or is it my side?
No, it's Vignesh. Can you repeat your last statement again? Vignesh?
I think both sides. Even yours was, even mine was.
It's your side.
Yeah.
Hello?
Vignesh,
your
connection is a little weak. Yeah. Can you repeat your last
No, my connection is
again,
currently fine, but okay. Yeah, I was saying, so even you don't need to have a very high level phone. Even the simplest of phones is enough. Or not even, you can even make a phone call through an e-cafe. Why do you have an e-cafe? For easy ways of transacting money. And secondly, you have kept bringing up students, and I would like to point out that most students today are not earning. And even if they are, most students today also have a certain phone, or they can just ask an elder. I don't know where you're bringing students here.
So Inazil, let me just conclude on 22nd November 2020. There was high pressure on the online platform of State Bank of India, which in turn the midnight State Bank of has tweeted that there will be a break in the online transaction for a while since it's working for better online experience and customers need to stick. In that case, the State Bank of India on that particular day could not handle the online transaction of a very few section of India. But if the entire population adapts to that e-payment, how can the banks have adapt for better server processing?
Okay, so they took a break. They took a break to protect the. Yes, because today we are progressing, and the SBI on 22nd November they said that they are still building it. Today we
exactly
can.
That placed all the customers in trouble. Mind you, that placed all the customers in trouble.
They can handle a high amount of server traffic if that is what you're trying to say. On 22nd November, why did they break? They broke. They stopped to say that we are improving our server, and then they improved it. And today the SBI server
but at this moment, I think the equal attention should be given to cash-based economy as well.
What?
We have to give equal focus to the cash-based economy as well.
Okay. What?
Okay. Now both of you can switch sides. Vignesh, you will speak against the topic.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you're against the topic, and Sahaj is for the topic. Fine. So I'll let Sahaj go first.
Who go first?
Sahaj.
Okay.
So online payments have quick and ease of convenience. They can be expenses can be controlled and increase the sales. So this actually facilitating the business of all the kinds of various sectors, especially during this time with the advent of coronavirus. It's absolutely risky to use cash-based economy, because I wouldn't dare to touch a note that has been touched by thousands of my citizens in the country. The virus is spreading like anything through this cash-based economy. Would you still expect me to opt for that cash when I can still go for online based mode of payment? I would still I would suggest each and every individual of the country to actually adapt to this.
So why do people use cash? People use cash because they trust it. And I would just like to point out, you pointed out that the
If you don't have
coronavirus
trust
people are
on
not
the
using
e-payment,
cash.
that's your problem.
Why are
Because
we,
e-payment more.
One second. You were saying that you won't use notes because they help transmit. You are buying things, right? You go out and you buy food, or you buy a rice packet. What do you do when you come home? You sanitize it. You clean it. You eat that. So you have to
You want me
clean
to
it, and you
sanitize
do.
each and every note, or do you expect the
If you can
shopkeepers to
sanitize every
sanitize the
single
notes they
piece
give
of
and then
rice,
give it to you back? Give me a proper
you
valid
sanitize your
explanation.
food,
Do you
right?
expect the shopkeeper to sanitize each and every notes they get?
Okay, so now what do you expect someone who lives in some village far away, who does not believe in AI because he doesn't have a phone?
Exactly. That's when I
phone.
said. That's exactly when I say that the government should focus it's on implementing various kinds of measures to reach this online
you just are pushing
platforms
for
to
everyone
other
using.
sections of the society too.
You are
That's when we
pushing for
can
everyone.
progress.
Yes, we can, exactly. But then you are just saying that everyone should use it. So what? Now
Exactly,
you're saying the
everyone should
government
use
should
it.
do what you want them to do.
To make it possible
so
that
what are you
everyone
trying to
should
say?
use, the government should implement certain measures that
But
even
how
if
is it
e-cafes should be
possible?
established
It is
in
not
villages
going to be possible for a very, very long time, because right now, no one is still adjusting. And especially if you take older people, it doesn't matter if they're in a village or not. Even older people today trust money more. Have you heard of cybercrime?
Listen, you
Have
have
you
said
even
no
heard of
one is using
cybercrime? You
it.
know how many
Please
companies
mark this.
fall
You
prey
have
to
said no one
cybercrime
is using.
every single day? 10 minutes a
See,
day
you have made
cybercrime
it.
occurs across the world.
Listen, I will prove again with the proper statistics. You have said no one uses it, and I have noted it. 68% in 2018, that was 2 years back, even before the coronavirus came to the world. 68% of the business in UK has been done through electronic payments.
Okay, but I would like to point out, you said 68%, and that means 32% did it, and you are pushing for everyone using it. Everyone uses online payment. How can 100% be achieved?
What does
You're
no one mean? It's so
for the
simple. What does
topic.
no one
Hello.
mean?
What do you mean it's so simple? You think you can go explain every small villager who, first of all, there is the problem of language
Why
in
do
this
I
whole
need to explain?
world.
Why does government take a major role in this case? I would like
You
to
want the
mention
government
that.
to do everything. You are the one here. You are pushing for this. You give a solution. Why do you want the government to help?
Given a solution, dear.
It is
My
not
worthy
possible
opponent
for
is
the whole
simply
world.
beating around the bush. Please make a note, because I have given a solution.
Which
that
bush am I
is
beating
your
around here?
argument. Your argument was
Your
it
solution
does
is
fail to
that
reach
the
the
government
villages.
should
I
aid
have
it.
made it clear that the government should implement proper measures, because government could implement highway measures in the villages. It could give important
Okay, I'll
focus
give you a
on
highway. How will
why
that
can't it give
help
online
cyber
payments?
Listen, you are for the topic that every single human being should use online payment. If everyone
totally
has
agree.
to use online payment, you really think, okay, give a solution, right? Why are you just saying the government has to do it? You're the one who's pushing for it. So if you're pushing for it, give a solution. How do you
I give a
think the
solution for you.
government can help the
E-cafes in every
entire
village.
world
The
use
Gram
the
Sabha
same
of
this
every
thing?
village in India should give a special focus to implement e-cafes if each household cannot
So can
afford
everyone buy a
mobile
phone? Can everyone buy a phone?
Exactly,
You really want
that's why I'm
every
saying
single one
every
to buy a
Gram
phone?
Sabha should
Every single one
implement
to learn how to
e-cafe
use
in
it?
every village. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if the
Okay,
household
now
cannot
how
afford a phone that
trustable are
way.
these e-cafes? How trustable are these e-cafes?
If the
If huge
government can
MNCs with
build
all their cyber
toilets in
security are still getting
each
stolen
household, why
from,
can't it give mobile phones which cost almost like 3,000-4,000? That's it.
okay, so you want them to use that small Nokia button phone, give that to people who don't understand how to do it, and you want them all to implement only that?
Proper
I mean, come
educating the
on.
society will
Okay,
definitely
now
stop this.
last point. Vignesh, last point and conclude. Then Sahaj, last point
Okay,
and conclude. Vignesh, start.
Fine. So I would just like to point out that everyone using online payment in this world is not going to be possible, because not only is it very hard to spread to every single human being, but also you should take into consideration cost, because cost of a device to use to cause internet transactions is very high. Or even if it is low, to teach them how to do it, to teach every single person, even old-minded people who don't trust in such things, is not possible. And also cyber crime, which is currently the worst form of crime in the whole world. So much so MNCs with all their powerful cyber security are not able to thwart this. You want small villagers who will only have X amount of money to lose that entire amount because they're going it online when they can use cash, which they trust, which they can hold, which they can see and move easily. So I would like to say that it is not possible for everyone to use online payment, and I go against this. I think that we should use both moderately.
Our inability to use technology should not be the reason why we can't adapt to e-payment. There was the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, all turning points in the history of human civilization. How should this virtual age etch itself in the history of mankind depends upon each one of us present here, and the choice is ours now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have the team number 2? Has Hisana returned?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, Hisana. Yes.
Can you please repeat?
So we
can you please repeat your last argument? You were going to say against.
Yeah,
it.
we'll start afresh. I think Hisana was against sex education, right? And
I was for.
Teshu
Yeah.
was for. Okay, so we'll start afresh. Teshu, make your first statement, and then we can take it from there. This is the debate round.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to tell you why sexual education should be, sex education should be included in today's curriculum. Firstly, it is better if the children know about sex rather from professionals rather than knowing it from online sources. As I mentioned earlier, 15, the average number of sex references a teenager is made to see in a year is 15,000. That is a very big number. And secondly, just because you're educating them about sex doesn't mean that it is going to increase sex numbers. Just because you know how the water cycle works, you know how it rains, and you have umbrella, doesn't mean that it's going to rain. Thirdly, the students need to know the side effects of overpopulation. Sex education will provide more safer means. It will help educate more about STDs, which are a very big cause right now. It will help decrease sexual abuse and rape numbers, and it will emphasize on the meaning of the word no. A no means no in any case. So that's the positive effects of sex education, and thank you.
So these points are easier said than to be done, because in a country like India, where religious and cultural beliefs are so much valued, they are always considering that sex education should not be given to children, because at this age, given the point of age factor, children are very much prone to vulnerability because of this sensitive topic, because inaccurate information can be given, and at this age factor, children are more tend to do things that they aren't allowed to do, and sex education can only do harm more than good to them. And in this present country, and that's in this country like India, and in this society where religious and cultural beliefs are so much highly valued, and even sex education disregards religious and cultural beliefs, it cannot be implemented easily throughout the country because we live like that. Because India is a country where we give importance to a lot of cultural, religious aspects of our living. Okay, this is not a country like USA where everything is open. So I think you've got my point of view in this here.
Okay, can we start the rebuttal? Hello?
Sorry. Hello?
The OC, can we start the rebuttal?
Yes, you can. I think it was going on.
So, yeah, no, it was her round that was going on. The rebuttal starts now.
Okay, you can talk now.
Okay, so you mentioned about vulnerability. Tell me something. Is it better that children are known about sex, side effects, positive effects, both? Is it better if they are known from the online content, that is watching movies?
I hear you.
Excuse me?
Participants, please wait.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
So
just
can we,
dropped
yes.
out for a brief bit. Can we repeat that? I didn't hear the last rebuttal, Fatima.
We didn't
Sir?
have the rebuttal yet.
Okay, okay.
So should I repeat the point
Yes.
that I said against it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so what I was saying was that in a country like India, where the religious and cultural aspects are being valued very much, so in a country like India, these are very much hard to implement, because it's easy to be, it's easy to say, hard to implement, because in a country where all these cultural and religious backgrounds go together, inaccurate information, and they can be led to vulnerability. And children at this age are more tending to do what.
I think the internet connection is again.
Isana, we are having disturbances with you are having disturbances with your internet connection.
And this is India, because we have our
Isana,
own
we cannot hear
type
you
of
clearly.
I think it'll be better if she turns her video off. It helps
Yeah,
sometimes.
you can try switching your video.
Am I not audible?
In between, there were many breaks. We couldn't hear.
So should I switch off my camera?
Yeah, you can switch off your camera and repeat the last 30 seconds of what you said.
Yeah, so I was saying that these things are easy to be said in our country and not to implement, because in our country where the religious aspects and cultural aspects are valued so much, this cannot be implemented everywhere, and even vulnerability among children are very much to be increased, because in this age they can be given inaccurate information, and children are more prone to do things that they aren't allowed to do. And I strongly stand by that sex education should not be included in the curriculum.
Okay, Teshu, go ahead.
First of all, you said children like to do what the things that aren't allowed to do. Can I tell you something, that sexual abuse before implementing sex education, after implementing sex education, sexual abuse is always not allowed. So it doesn't change anything. Second of all, you said vulnerability. Now you tell me, is it better that the children come to know about sex from outside sources, that is internet, pornographic films, the visual media, or is it better that they come to know from the teachers and the professionals?
See, let me contradict to this point that you said, if children, is it better to know that children to know about sex education? Knows about this, their curiosity increases. Okay, their curiosity increases, and no matter if they, the teachers will only teach them what what they should be known. But this curiosity, given the age factor, this curiosity will lead them to pornography and sources like that, pornography or internet.
But it is better if they are already educated, if they already know about what's going on. So even if, see, the effect is worse if first of all they know what's going on and then they see porn films, and it is, or tell me when the effect is better, if they already know and then they are seeing, or first they are seeing and then they come to know. Obviously first if they know, then they'll see, it'll be better, right? And second of all, you also mentioned that because India is a religious and cultural country, then let me tell you, just because religious and cultural beliefs are valued doesn't mean that they are correct. We are talking about what is correct over here. It is going to reduce sexual assault numbers. It is going to reduce overpopulation also. We need to see about the positive. Just because they are valued doesn't mean that they are correct.
Yes, even if they're not correct, can you stand by just the topic that if this is correct and you want to implement your idea of giving sex education, will others in the country?
I am saying there are studies. I'll show you my phone. I am reading from studies that have been done worldwide, India, abroad, everywhere. It's not something that I am saying as the sake of.
That's what I am saying. What you're speaking might be true, but it is very hard to implement in our country. That's what I am speaking about, because in
Just
India,
because it's hard doesn't mean that you don't implement it. Everything is hard. Worthy opponent, everything is hard. There are so many things that are hard in India to do, but doesn't mean that you
there are so many things that are hard.
Rape numbers are increasing by 30% every year. What do you have to say about that?
See, if it's not now, it's that's what I said. It's easy to say, but hard to implement. Hard means it's very hard. See, the people in India, be it the old people or be it the modern age, they're always afraid, or not afraid. They're always ashamed of speaking the word sex in public. Okay,
that is why you need sex education, so they become more confident about speaking about it. You're contradicting what you're own saying.
Doesn't mean
sex education. That is why you need sex education, so they become confident about saying it.
Let me tell you to the point. See, if children are given sex education, they're still prone to doing these bad things. They're still prone to doing, even if they're given sex education. So what I say is that sex education can only be harm to children. Can only be harm to children because
it's only harm. See, everything you do, there are going to be positive and negative effects. But there are more positive effects for this one. See, sex education is going to emphasize the meaning of the word no. It is going to emphasize meaning of the word no. And
see,
now consent. The consent is very important. And if sex education is going to emphasize on that, that will help reduce numbers. It will obviously.
Okay, hold that thought. Hasina.
Yes, sir.
Hasina, start.
Sir, what should I speak for or against?
Last, you can maintain the same stance. Last point and conclude.
Whether even if sex education is given or not, a no is a no. So I strongly believe that sex education should not be given, because if we know about these things at this age, we'll have the curiosity to know more, to explore more, and there is so much vulgarity in these topics and sensitivity. So I prefer and I strongly stand by that students or children should not be given sex education included in their curriculum. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Hiteshu?
Okay, so as my worthy opponent mentioned that there are negative effects to everything, and this is also a topic where there will be negative effects, but we should focus on the positive side. There are many benefits of sex education. I will list them out again as I did in the starting. It is better for children if they know about it the professional way. It helps in decreasing overpopulation. I am claiming to know whatever I am saying. It's not that I'm blabbering anything over here. There are studies. I have tabs open with me. There are studies. It helps decrease sex education. It helps decrease overpopulation. It helps decrease sexual abuse numbers. Anything that is hard doesn't mean that it cannot be done. You need to put an effort for anything you do, and that effort is going to bring out a positive change. Thank you.
Thank you. With this, I think we have come to the end of the pre-university debate contest. Thank you so much, the organizers, for having me as the judge. I will share the results with you on a private chat. Back to you,
yes,
Megan.
Thank you very much, sir. We have now come to an end of the debate competition, Fast Talk. Thank you, participants. This has been a very vibrant competition. We thank our debate moderator, Mr. Clyde Tellis, for his time and patience. Thank you once again, participants, for your active participation. Please note the results of this competition will be announced during the live valedictory session, that is today, the 11th of December at 5:30 p.m. You may join the YouTube live link that will be sent to you for the same. Thank you. Have a nice day. Participants, you may now leave the meeting.